welcome back to another video. This is going to be a kind of, I was going to say day in my life of writing my novel, but it's going to be more like a few hours in my life of writing my novel. I am currently just going through my task board, my post-it task board. This here is all my tasks to do for my novel. Each one says research. Research in my own notes, research in a book I've got on postnatal depression, and research for online blog stories. And because I've not had, or I've not given myself that time to do that, it means I'm at a kind of impasse and I can't move on until that's been done. What I would like to do is start the rewrite. Until I can start on that, I need to do this research because I feel it's important stuff that I need to put in it, and it also kind of might spark some inspiration as well. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my process. I'm going to do some research, and I'm just going to take you along with me until I've got enough to add all of that research to my index cards. I've got my desk all set up. I've cleared it of all other papers and distractions and post-its that were generally just making the place really untidy. So this book is on postnatal depression, and the author, what she has done is taken stories from various women who have suffered from postnatal depression. It's now been 16 years for me since I had my son. Time has got a way of reducing the kind of emotions. Therefore, it's really useful for me to read through other people's experiences, and I go, oh yes, I remember feeling like that as well, or oh my god, it's all coming flooding back, and I kind of relive the whole thing. And I think that's why I have put off this section of writing my novel. I find it quite personally quite hard, and even though it is 16 years ago, it's no time at all. I've chosen a really personal topic. This book is useful, but it's also really quite overwhelming because it's bringing back so much. So I think what I'm going to do is just limit myself to just reading a few stories and just remind myself of some of the actions and feelings that I went through, so that I can bring that element to the story of my character. Her story is quite different to mine, but at the same time there are similarities. I'm not going to copy people's stories from this. I don't think that's right. I'm just going to use it as a kind of trigger of my own experiences that I want Eve, my character, to feel. Okay, I've got my coffee and I've got my Marmite toast, but I know that's very contentious, so I won't put that in shot. This is my notebook that I'm going to write all my notes in, and then I will transfer what's useful over to my index cards. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm making two columns, and here I've got some points from the research book that I'm looking at, and then here I've got some thoughts that have been triggered from something I've read in here. I have to say, going through all this is bringing so much back. I'm finding this quite hard, and I just feel so desperately sorry for Helen 16 years ago. I have done as much research as I can do, as I can mentally take, I think, because of the subject matter all in one go. So I have just taken a little Instagram picture that I'm going to put live now of what I've been doing, and for anyone interested, this is literally all I do. So take that picture. That's the one that's going to go on my feed. We go to VSCO, put the filter on, sharpen it, and that is literally all I do on my Instagram nowadays. I've just arranged my books, and they were the books I was using, and that's it. So that's done. I'm now going to put that live and just have a little bit of a chat with the community on there, and while I do that I'll have my coffee, have my 11s, and then I'm just going to do some work with the index cards, putting some of the research that I've just done onto the index cards. And then that, I think, will be that, and I can then start the big rewrite, which I'm really thrilled about, because now I feel I can actually start making proper progress again and doing word counts. And then when the word count increases, you feel like you're getting somewhere. What I was going to do is put all this research onto these chapter index cards, but now I'm wondering if that's just a way of delaying the rewrite. Do I really need to do that at this stage, or when it comes to each individual chapter? I've obviously refreshed my thoughts and feelings. I've done quite a few pages. Maybe I'm just delaying the inevitable and I should just start. I did think I would start with the last chapter. I don't know what to do. I don't know if it's been scared. I have just gone through my different drafts, and I have got here the first 12,700 words of my novel, and these are chapters I've written and rewritten, and I've got no desire to rewrite them again at this moment in time. So what I'm just going to do very quickly is make sure that each chapter relates to what I've got here in my index cards, and then I can carry on from wherever this finishes. I can't tell you right now, just talking about this, how excited I am to now be writing this again. This is a really, really exciting moment. I have been outlining this novel, I have been planning it, doing character studies, doing all sorts of things for months and months and months. In fact, probably the last time I did any proper writing on this was over a year ago, September 2018, when I did a vlog on it. I did, didn't I? For my IGTV. Okay, right, I'm just going to sort them out. So chapter 1. I seem to be making things up as I go along here, and I think partly that's because I haven't looked at this for over a year, so I'm discovering things about it. But basically, the first few chapters I'm quite happy with because I've rewritten them quite a lot. I've even put the first chapter on my blog. However, when I went through the outlining process that I did in other videos that I've done on my novel writing process, I have come up with other things that I would like to add in, and I put those on these insert cards. So now what I'm going to do when I come to start this rewrite properly is to add all these bits from chapters 1 to 3. So that's going to be a really good place to start, and that's what I'm going to put on my task board as to what I'm going to do next. Now this is my burnt chocolate things to do. This is the stuff that's in process, and I can take off research in book, and that goes on the done section over here. On here, instead of taking a post-it note from the to-do column, I'm just going to add that new one on, and that will be rewrite chapter 1, 2 and 3. So that is what I am going to do when I come back to my novel next week. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it made sense to see the absolute chaos that goes on in my head when it comes to writing my novel. I am literally just making it up as I go along. This board really does help me keep on track of it. Even if I don't exactly do what I set out to do, I know where I am each time when I come back to it. So it's been a very productive morning's work, and I now know what I need to do to continue, and that is to start the next draft, and that is just such exciting news. So thank you very much for watching. I will do another one of these in a few weeks, and don't forget to click on the thumbs up and the subscribe button, and I shall see you again in a few days actually for my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye.